Greetings, beloved in Christ of the Hamilton Catholic Pastoral Region. May 13th is the memorial for Our Lady, Queen of Fatima. That it was on May 13th of 1917 is when Mary first appeared to the three shepherd children at Fatima, Francisco, Jacinta, and Lucia. And I bring that up again because the events of the 20th century are just so intertwined. You know, the visions that Mary shared with the children of Fatima and the messages she shared are so intertwined with the history of the previous century, of the 20th century, that it always amazes me, it astounds me. And because of that, I'm convicted that it truly was a message from our Blessed Mother, a message from God, an appeal to a world that was walking away from God, to find Him again in the heart of Mary, in the heart of a mother, in the heart of the family and the home. And so you might review again the events of Fatima or the message of Fatima. But the one thing that I'll remind you of today is that Mary asked the shepherd children, she asked that families would pray the Rosary each day, that they would pray a Rosary each day as a family for peace in the world. And she said that would hasten the triumph of her Immaculate Heart. And I remind you also that our Holy Father, Pope Francis, has asked that during this month of May, during this month of Mary, that families would make that attempt, they would make that commitment, or at least that attempt, to pray the Rosary in their home, and to learn with Mary the heart of Jesus, to learn with Mary the life of Jesus, and that we would, again, rediscover God in our hearts and in our homes. There is news, I'm sure most or all of you have heard, that public masses will again resume on May 25th, so Monday, May 25th, and then that the first weekend masses will be on May 30th and 31st. So I'll be discussing the implications of that and how to keep our members and our guests safe when they come for Mass. I'll be discussing that with pastoral councils throughout this week. But just some things to give you a heads up for this opening of Masses. One thing to be assured of is that the our Archbishop has dispensed from the obligation. He's continued to dispense from the obligation to attend Sunday Mass. And so if you are in ill health, if you're elderly, if you have risks and concerns about exposure to the coronavirus or other illnesses, you are encouraged to stay home. And we'll continue live stream in some capacity. That another thing to consider is that, the weekday masses generally have lower attendance and lower risk. And so if you did not want to risk attending a weekend mass, you might find that the crowds during the weekday masses are a risk you're willing to take. And to that end, we will also celebrate more public masses during the week. So there'll be two masses during the week. They're still working out the schedule with Father Mike, Father Richmond, with the helpers for the region. But I want you to make aware of that, some of the things that we are thinking. During this time, we will be asking people to wear a mask to protect those who are around them. We'll have to keep physical distance, so there'll be some spacing and a lower capacity. But we are just thankful. It's time to recognize again the gift of the Eucharist, that it will be available to some of us, more available beginning May 25th. But again, our Archbishop has dispensed from the obligation for those who want to take extra precautions during this time. So just to be aware, Masses will resume, and the regular confession times, we continue to keep those. But we do very much look forward to seeing you again and hearing you again as we continue to make our homes a place of prayer, to honor Mary during this month of May, and to anticipate the time when we can come again together at the altar.